Hello.
Hey.
All right, Munza, tell us a little bit about what you do for Lego.
Sure. I'm a Lego designer, and our job is to design the best play experience using Lego Brix by understanding how people play. So we know that some fans really enjoy putting the models together, so we need to make sure our models are not overly complicated or too simple. We also know some fans like playing with the model after building it, so we need to make sure the model is strong and safe when they do that. Apart from that, we play Overwatch for research purposes.
Again, for research purposes.
Lots and lots of research.
So tell us a little bit about your team and about bringing this Overwatch universe to life.
Yeah. Well, this is the Lego Overwatch team. These are the crazy people behind the project. So you know you're in good hands. We have people from Denmark, Germany, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, UK, France, and myself from Singapore. So we are really a diverse group of people, very much like the characters from the game. But most importantly, everyone you see here is a huge fan of Overwatch. And that is why it's really inspiring to be able to work with the creator of the universe that we're so passionate about. And we were really able to collaborate and co-create these sets together.
Absolutely. So speaking about your research for work, who are your go-to heroes in Overwatch?
Well, the truth is I love them all, but I do spend quite a bit of time playing as Zenyatta and Diva.
Yeah, Zimbig!
All right, so speaking to Diva, should we get into some of the design process for Lego?
Sure, I love to share them. So when we looked at Diva, we knew we needed a new hairpiece. And this is where the element designer comes in. His job is to think about what that hair will look like in Lego form. So he starts by sculpting it in polymer clay, 3 times larger than the actual size. He then gets it scanned and continue to work on it in a computer. This is when we would have a dialogue with Team 4, and they really gave some good feedback and suggestion on how we can improve on the design and sometimes in the sketches. And if all is done, we have the new molded hairpiece. Now that we have the hair, we need to put on something. So, and this is where the graphic designer comes in. His job is to take what you see here and translate that into a Lego minifigure. And this is where less is really more. He needs to take all these details, scale it down, simplifying it so it doesn't appear cluttered on the minifigure, but still recognizable.
Okay.
And once he's done designing it, we send it over to Team 4, and if everyone's happy, we then have Diva as the now that we have Diva, she obviously needs a mech.
Oh yeah, she
Right,
needs a
of
mech.
course.
And this is where I come in. So this is how the mech looks like in the game, and this was my first attempt at the model.
I'd still buy that.
It's okay, but I'm pretty sure I can improve on it. So I started to build more, and I built more. And as you can see here, I was really exploring the different sizes and detailing, and we tested with the fans, and at the end of the day, everyone agreed that it needs to be quite sizable, whether you're displaying it or playing with it. I then proceeded to build it in the computer, and this is how the final model looks.
Oh, that's so good! Fantastic. So you guys also might have noticed a much larger scale version of Lego Diva, and we would love to show you guys the trailer for that. I hear it.
She's incredible. Like, if you have not gone down to see her yet, she's like 10 feet tall, and it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Wunsa, talk a little bit about the engineering for this particular Diva.
Yeah, I mean, even as Lego designer, we're completely blown away every time we see something like that. This is actually done by the talented people at our production facilities at Czech Republic. This is a life-size rendition of the Diva model that I designed, and a fun fact is that it consists over 44,000 pieces of paint grade, the most ever used in a Lego model.
Really? Wow. Oh my gosh. All right, so I bet you guys are dying to see the rest of the Lego collection, right? Okay, so can we see more from you, Wunsa?
Yeah. You guys ready for it?
So tell us about the first set, Wunsa.
Sure. The first set, Tracer versus Widowmaker, the classic rivalry between probably the two most recognizable characters from the game. Also with the set, you get the Gibraltar payload, which is the satellite drone. The next set is Hanzo versus Genji, and this is inspired by the Dragon cinematic short. And this is what we thought of, why we think the universe is so great, because apart from the game, there's all this cinematic short that you can enjoy. With the set, it comes with the iconic shrine with Genji's sword on display, and of course, we include a health pack because Genji needs healing.
And the henchman.
And yes, the henchman.
Henchman.
He's probably my favorite Lego figure of all time. He's the henchman with the cell phone.
We included him because we thought he was so funny in the short. Next up, Dorado Showdown. And this is one of the examples where right from the beginning we knew we had to do a set with Soldier 76 just because he is one of the founding members of Overwatch. And of course, who else better to go with him in the set other than McCree and Reaper, just because of the history they have together.
Yeah. And this one comes with a kind of extra little thing in there.
We did include a little, some nice little detail with this set. You may notice the player sprays has been given a little Lego twist to it.
Yeah, the little Lego renditions. So cute. Right?
Well, next one is Diva and Reinhardt. With this one, a lot of focus has been put in to make sure that the look and proportion stays right. I really want to make sure that Diva is able to enter the map from the back, just like in the game, and still able to look up when she's in the cockpit. We also know a lot of fans like to display minifigure as a collection. So we made it possible to remove Reinhardt as a minifigure and use parts from his giant hammer to make a smaller version.
Fantastic.
Well, next is Bastion. This is the very first time you're going to get a Lego model that fully transforms.
Transforms.
Yes. You can change Bastion from his recon to sentry mode. And included is also a light break that allows you to change his eyes from blue to red. And of course, Bastion would not be complete without Genji.
Yeah.
The last and the largest set of the assortment, Watchpoint Gibraltar. Again, this is another example where we knew right from the beginning we needed to include Winston in one of the sets. And we made sure we gave him his favorite snacks, peanut butter and banana.
Have to, essentials.
Also come with this set is the ever devastating Farah and Mercy combo. And of course, Reaper in his Wraith mode. And if you remember the payload from the first set, it connects to the back of the rocket, just like when you complete the map.
Amazing. All right, so let's look at that whole collection. Fantastic. So when can fans get their hands on this collection?
Well, these will all be available starting January 2019, but however, you can pre-order them today at 2 p.m. Market-wide, and visit lego.com/overwatch for more information.
All right, thank you.